one. All right, now it says we're live. We're starting again. Hi, everyone. Reverend Judith Laxer from Gaia's Temple. Welcome to our Litha celebration. If anyone is watching out there, phone that we're testing out this time, hopefully it's better sound. Let me know. And Karina, if nobody has responded, maybe you can text to Tema and ask her if she can see something, and we'll see where we're going. I've already consecrated the altar. We're having some technical difficulties here. And that reminds me to say that Mercury is retrograde. And this is exactly the type of thing that happens during a Mercury retrograde. You have all the details fleshed out. You get everything as prepared as you possibly can. And some technical something goes haywire. And there you are. So I'm just going to move on. Are we live? We're good. Yay. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. So we're going to move on and create our safe and sacred space. Then I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the Sabbath. And then we're going to do some magic. Then we're going to toast each other. And it's going to be fantastic. So creation of sacred space. So I've just consecrated the altar. And I'm going to trust that that is just perfect. I just want to start out by saying that I have our treasurer, Noemi Chaparro, is with me, and Reverend Karina is also. And so the three of us are kind of holding space here in my backyard, in my garden. And the other thing is that when I say we tonight, I'm the only one on camera, but this is always a group effort. And so when I say we, about we thought this, we thought that, that was specifically Reverend Karina and I. We had a little power meeting about how we wanted to focus the magic for tonight. So when I say we, that's what I'm referring to. Okay, so we've consecrated the altar, and now let's cast our circle. So if you would, wherever it is that you are, get as comfortable in your body as you can. If you're seated somewhere, put your feet flat on the ground. Let's take a nice deep breath together. And if you feel comfortable, keep your eyes closed and stay looking within. Keep taking nice deep breaths. And as you do, bring yourself very present to this moment. We all know that so much is happening in our world. So much feels so heightened and stressful. And so it's very easy for our minds to wander. And now I'll ask you to take all the pieces and parts of you that have flown into the future with worries and concerns, and any part of you that is longing for or stuck in the past, or any part of you that's distracted in any way. Gently ask all those pieces and parts to come home so that you can be here now. And breathe into that presence. And as you exhale, begin to ground yourself to the earth. Imagine a line of energy extending from the base of your spine, going down, 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 and deep into our beautiful Mother Earth. Feel as she opens to receive your taproot as you send it down as deep as it needs to go so that you become very, very grounded. And it feels so good to tune in this way and really feel how held we are by her. When your taproot is as deep as it needs to go, perhaps you send out smaller little roots branching out and taking hold. And then begin to drink the energy up through the roots. Imagine now that you can draw the energy of Mother Earth, her unconditional love, her sustenance, her nourishment, her beauty, and her diversity, and drink all of that strength up through your taproot and keep drawing it all the way up through your spinal column until she gets to your heart. And when she arrives there, let her rest and take another deep breath to make more room. Oh, lovely. Now look to the heavens and find the moon. Now the moon is going to be new later on this evening. In fact, at 11:41 p.m. here on the West Coast. That's when she'll flip to new into Cancer. But right now she's still in the very dark phase. That great ability to shift consciousness and the wisdom of the crone. And imagine that last silvery bit of light pouring down from the heavens, down into you and all the way down into your heart. And when she arrives there, Once more, breathe deeply. Good. Now look to the heavens in your mind's eye once more, and the beautiful sun on the solstice day. And he also will be actually shifted into Cancer this afternoon. I think at 12 something or other. So he's already in Cancer. So draw that loving, caring, beautiful sun down, radiant, golden, in all of his strength and power today. All that beautiful golden light. Take that in and draw him down to your heart. And once more, breathe deeply. Good. Now, in a moment, I'm going to ask us all to take a deep breath collectively. And then when we exhale, use your exhalation to push these three cosmic energies, Earth, Sun, and Moon, from your heart straight outside of your body. Imagine it swirling all around you, creating a safe and sacred space. And also know, as we do that, using our breath, we are connecting to everyone else who is participating in this ritual, no matter where you are on the planet at this moment, and even forward in time to people who might be watching it tomorrow, later on tonight, or whenever. Know that this energy can go through the ethers, connecting all of us of a like mind and a light heart. So here we go. Deep breath. And out it goes. Go. Deep breath. And out it goes. In this way, we say we have stepped between the worlds. What is between the worlds is not affected by the worlds, but can heal and transform. And so we say our circle is cast in perfect love and trust. Blessed be. All right, I'm going to invoke the different directions and the elements for us now. And we'll start in the north, asking the spirits of the earth and the powers of north here and invoke your beautiful energy of groundedness and strength. We are seeking deep and beautiful healing in our magic tonight, Mother, and we ask for you to empower our magic with your mighty strength. Keep us grounded and present, and be here now. Blessed be. To the spirits of the east and the powers of air, we welcome our circle today and ask for you to fly into this space on wings of inspiration. Blow the winds of change through our magic. Blow the cobwebs. Inspire us our magic and be here now. Blessed be. Spirits of the south, powers of fire on this power of the sun, radiant, strong, protective, golden, and beautiful. We welcome you here to impassion our magic and the powers of water. We welcome you into our blessed circle here tonight. We ask for you to flow into this space on waves of love and compassion and keep us in the flow of magic. Help loosen up all those stuck places and keep us cleansed and ready for the magic we're about to do. Be here now. Blessed be. And I have these beautiful feverfew flowers that grow in my garden. They look like little mini suns there. So we'll use that to represent the center. Spirits of the center, powers that connect us all, Goddess, God, all that is, and the great mystery. We welcome and invite and invoke you into our circle here today. Help us remember how that we are spiritual beings and that our spirituality is the thread that runs through everything in our lives. Be here now to guide and guard our magic. Blessed be. All right. That is our sacred space, my friends. So just gonna make sure I stay on track. See, the winds of change are coming already. Very loud airplane going above, but I hope you can hear me anyway. So just in case I didn't say this at the beginning, I think I said it at the first one that didn't really take. If you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do at the end of this. Talk a little bit about the Sabbath, this Sabbath today. And there are 8 Sabbaths on the wheel of the year: the solstices, the equinoxes, the cross-border days, the sun alignment with what's going on in the world. So it is the longest day on the solar year. We would like to say it's the warmest day of the solar year because the sun lasts that long. But really, we can't go by the temperature so much anymore. Now we want to just really notice the light. Last night, I noticed at 9:35, it still was like twilight out there. That's a long day. And today will be the longest on the solar year. So it holds the polarity and the balance to Yule on the opposite end of the wheel, which is the longest night of the year. And by recognizing each of these points as we move through time, we embrace and encourage a sense of wholeness and balance as we go through time living our lives in this incarnation. I see it over and over and over where people say, oh, it's the summer solstice, it's the first day of summer. And when you follow the pagan wheel of the year, the first day of summer is Beltane. That happened 6 weeks ago. This is actually midsummer. This is the peak of summer, the height of summer. Shakespeare wrote A Midsummer's Night Dream, and it was about the summer solstice. That's the night that that crazy story takes place. So we're so used to looking at the solstice as the first day of summer, and also because of our school year typically, ends at this point and summer vacation would start. We're so used to saying this is the beginning of summer, but I like to really follow nature, and nature told us that summer began 6 weeks ago, and here we are at its peak. And so, as good old-fashioned pagans, what we do in our spiritual practice is seek to emulate nature. And so if the days are longest in our strength and power, we honor the Sun King. Now, the truth is, with all of the Sabbats that we go through, we are always honoring the Sun King because the Sun King is the one who brings the seasons, and those celebrations are seasonal celebrations. On this day, we say he is at his peak of power. That's a very loud airplane, but I guess you can only hear me. That's all that matters. We say he is at his peak of power. And so we ask ourselves what our power is too. And we honor that masculine principle that is active, forward moving, strong, and protective. Those are kind of the qualities. And so when we look at the sun who's just shining his golden light down on the everywhere, unconditionally, so beautiful. So, my 2 cohorts are laughing at something. I don't know what I did, but anyway. All right. So we have a particular signature to work with on this solstice, and that is because this evening at 11:41, there will be what's called an annular solar eclipse, which means that the moon, that when she's right at she's new, will come right in between us and the sun, casting a shadow on the sun or blocking out the sun. And so we will only see a ring of fire around her. I know I talked about this at the Gaia's Temple, the last worship service, but for those of you who didn't attend that. So there's going to be an eclipse of the sun. And when the viewpoint that creates a shadow. And so it's so interesting that this summer solstice also happens to be an eclipse. So eclipses always happen either on the full or the new of the moon, one way or another. And the fact that it falls on the solstice this year is kind of rare. There's a lot of astrological stuff that's going on right now, but we'll just stick to the sun and the moon for this. And so when we saw that it was going to be an eclipse for this day, and we were talking about how we could work with that shadow in our magic. When Karina and I were talking about this, one of the things we were talking about is, well, let me talk about shadow first. In psychological terms, the shadow is the part of our psyche, or the part of deep within ourselves, where something is hidden, where we hide things, where we're in denial of things, or that we're not aware of. It's in our subconscious somewhere, and it's not in our conscious awareness. So we say it's in a place of shadow. Shadow has come to mean something that's bad. Like if it's in shadow, it's a bad thing. We're hiding away because it's bad. And that might be true, that sometimes we put things away in the side because we want to look good. And so we don't want to show. And so we hide it back there in shadow. But the truth is that shadow is simply the place that is not directly in the light. And when we were talking about how to create the magic for this ritual, we were thinking, there's so much that's difficult in the world right now. We are all so stressed out by just managing all of the uncertainty and all of the difficulty. So, what if on the solstice day, when the sun is in his peak of power and everything is just long, sun, gorgeous, beautiful. How about if we find something in our shadow that is also gorgeous, strong, and beautiful, and bring it out into the light rather than going into the shadow to find another thing that's wrong? So we wanted your experience with Gaia's Temple this year to be uplifting. We are all acutely aware of what's going on in shadow in the bad ways, but what might be hiding in that shadow that's beautiful, that's wonderful, that's bring into the light and sort of ignite with our magic here. So that's the intention of how things are going to go. And so our ritual magic is to illuminate a gift that might be in the shadow, one of our gifts that is in shadow, so that we can bring it out and shine it into the world. Because in all the darkness that's going on, all the difficulties that's going on, we need as much light as possible. Each one of us needs to find our light, tend to our light, and shine it out there to counteract all the madness that's going on. At the end of the day, we want to be able to say we were the ones who tried to do the things that were uplifting, And so that's what we're going to go for here tonight. So I have a meditation that I'm going to lead you through. And then after that, we're going to raise our energy using a song. And we used this song at the last service in Gaia's Temple. Very simple chant. It's a beautiful Sufi chant. I've changed the words just a little bit to really suit our purposes here. And so it goes like this. I'll sing it for you first. And then we'll do the meditation, and then later we'll sing it, but just so that you know it. So it goes like this. We are opening up in sweet surrender of light of the sun. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous, radiant love light of the sun. Then the second part goes, we are opening, we are opening, we are opening, we are opening, we are opening up, and on and on and on it goes. So that's what we're going to use a little bit later when we raise energy, and that will happen after we light our candle. So this is how it's going to go. I'm going to lead us through a meditation for us to find that gift in the shadow. Once we are aware of that and we come out of the meditation, whenever the time is you feel it's right, when you are really mindful and you are focused on what that gift is, then you light your candle. And we don't have to do it all at the same time. Whenever you feel you're ready to light your gift, that's when you light that candle. We'll be singing the whole time. And then we'll sing until we raise some energy, what we call raising a cone of power. And when it hits its peak, then we will direct it into our candle flame. And that's a simple magic, but I'm sure it's going to be very powerful for all of us. So I'm going to lead you through a meditation right now. So wherever it is that you are, once more, get as comfortable as you possibly can. Get your feet right back down on the ground. Reestablish your connection to your grounding core deep in the earth and feel yourself very grounded and connected. Bring all of your energy to your center so that you feel very centered as well as grounded. And then bring your attention up to your third eye in the center of your forehead and imagine it like an actual eye, just like your other two. And then go ahead and open it up and look out through it into your imagination and find yourself walking out in nature somewhere. It doesn't really matter where. It could be a place that's familiar to you, a place you've never been before. It could be on the beach, in a forest, on a hike, on the mountain, somewhere, or even in your own garden, somewhere outside where you're surrounded by the natural world. And as you walk, you are mindful that this is the summer solstice. And as the longest day of the solar year, you know that the sun is at his peak of power. And a nature lover like you wants to align spiritually with this natural holy day. And to do so, the question you must ask yourself is just exactly how you shine. Shine like the sun, strong enough to reach through the galaxy, radiant enough to warm the land for fruition, active enough to make a glorious difference. And on a day when the sun will be eclipsed by the moon, on a day when the sun will be cast in shadow for a while, the question to ask becomes, what gift is in my shadow that I need to bring to the light? What quality, what skill set, what talent, what gift do I have that I have forgotten about or hid away for some reason, or perhaps don't even know about? Now, wherever it is you find yourself on this walk in nature, you come upon something here that is tall enough so that when the sun shines on it, a shadow is cast behind it. And it's large enough so that you may walk into that shadowed place, which actually feels like a bit of a relief because while the sun is gorgeous, it's also very hot. And after a while, we need shade. So walk into that shadow now and maybe have a seat or find something to sit on, or you can just stand there if that's best for you, out in nature, in the light of day, all the while in shadow. It seems so much of the world is plunged into the difficulties of these shadowed places these days. The pandemic, the divisiveness between such extreme factions of our politics, and all the uncertainty that this brings, all the injustice. But today, on this summer solstice, this high holy day on our precious earth, we want to celebrate and find the blessing, the gift, the beautiful, empowering, and the necessary that resides in our shadow. Because what resides in shadow is not always bad and difficult. So take a moment now to think about something that you love to do, something that you really love to do. It may be what you do for a living or to earn your keep, but it also may not. It could just be a hobby, a pastime, something that you really love to do, an activity that you would do all the time or much more time if you could. Or maybe you already do spend a lot of time doing it, but whatever that is, find it. And even if it's, say, reading, which is not something that's very active, but it's still something you love, because reading, still, the skill set required is your intellect and your imagination and your critical thinking. Or maybe you love to hang out with friends, and so your skill set might be more social. Maybe you're a great conversationalist or a compassionate listener. Or maybe your passion, like me, is gardening and your skill set is growing food and herbs and flowers. Maybe you're a whiz at organization or cooking for people you love or bookkeeping or fixing things that are broken. It doesn't matter what it is that you love to do. There's no judgment. One is not better than the other. And there might be more things that you love to do, but choose just one thing that you love to do, and determine that now. Now, you may think that doing something you love is selfish, something only for yourself, but it's not. because you are in the world and everything you do affects the world. Doing something you love can also be something good for the world. And the world needs your goodness. The world needs your goodness right now. So rather than think of the activity, think of the skill set needed to do the activity, the specific thing that you are capable of that's needed when you do this thing that you love. What is that skill set? Now, you might not have thought of this skill set as a gift, but it is. It's a gift you have that you can shine into and onto the world to make it a better place, especially now in these times of deep challenge. Your gift is your light, and your light is needed. Now, maybe you're already aware of this gift, but you've kept it hidden for some reason. You don't feel confident, or you feel someone else is better at it, or maybe someone once shamed you for it. Maybe you had no idea that this was a skill set to begin with. Or maybe you're afraid that this gift is different and other than what most people you know, their gifts. And so you're afraid that showing it will mean you don't belong. Whatever the reason, it's been here in shadow, and now it's time to bring it out of the dimness and let it shine. So take another moment now and envision the world. It doesn't have to be big and important. It doesn't have to change 1,000,001 things. It can be a simple thing, a small thing, but everything is needed. See yourself utilizing your gift in full, fully operative in your life. And as you do, see how beautiful it is from here on out. Take another deep breath. Gently bring yourself back here to this moment. So this is where you're going to need your candle. And you get to light it whenever you feel ready to light your candle. We're just going to start to sing our chant, and we'll just keep singing it while we raise some energy. You light your candle when you feel the time is right. And once we raise that cone, we'll direct it right into the candle. All right, so here we go. And ladies who are with me, if after the chant gets going, if you want to keep the round going, that would be lovely too. So you would sing one part while I'm singing the other. They're both looking at me like, oh, okay. Here we go. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the radiant love light of the sun. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the radiant love light of the sun. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the sun. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the radiant love light of the sun. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous light of the sun. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the radiant love light of the sun. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. Think of your gifts. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the radiant love light of the sun. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the radiant love light of the sun. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. Opening. Opening up in sweet surrender to the radiant love light of the sun. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the radiant love light of the sun. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the radiant love light of the sun. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the radiant love light of the sun. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the radiant love light of the sun. Opening up in sweet surrender to the radiant love light of the sun. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the radiant love light of the sun. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the radiant love light of the sun. Opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the radiant love light of the sun. Opening up in sweet surrender to the radiant love light of the sun. We are opening. We are opening. Opening. We are opening. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the radiant love light of the sun. Opening up in sweet surrender to the radiant love light of the sun. Opening. Opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the sun. Opening up in sweet surrender to the radiant love light of the sun. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. Last one. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the radiant love light of the sun. Opening up in sweet surrender to the radiant love light of the sun. Opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. Ooh. So keep directing all that energy from your breath, from your hands, from your heart, from your soul, from deep within your shadow toward the flame, igniting your gift and your blessing into the world. Blessed be. Oh, lovely. Good job. I plan to keep my candle lit. That is, if the wind doesn't blow it out. If it does, I'll light it again. I'm going to leave my candle lit until it burns itself out. I'll keep it in a safe space until it burns all the way out because I really want to have the energy that I put into that candle to be really ignited and charged and working this energy until it just goes. And I will imagine that that flame, as it continues to burn, is that light shining, shining, shining. And the other thing that I always like to say about it's so important to keep our faith in the magic that we do. When we're together and we feel the energy together, it's really something. I still can feel the energy even over cyberspace, a fair amount of these now, and it's just amazing to me how we really deeply connect through the ethers this way. So everything is different in our world right now. We are adjusting and adapting to everything, but our faith must remain solid. And this is a perfect way to practice our faith, to trust that the magic that we've done, what we've pulled up from our shadow, that we have lit with our spiritual intention, is going to carry ourselves through and into the future. Blessed be. I'm gonna do that chime one more time. So that's pretty much the magic that we had planned for you tonight. The other little piece that we want to do is to share a toast. At the Beltane ritual, I just like had a strawberry and drink all by myself. I thought, why did I tell everybody to bring at least a drink? So this would be the time to do that. So if you have a drink at the ready, please join me and raise your glass. And I will say that in this glass, and also in Noemi's class and Reverend Karina's class, is a grape cordial that was made from the grapes on our property here in 2016. So it's a 4-year vintage, very fancy. But mostly what we want to do is we want to toast. We want to toast ourselves. We want to drink to our magical success. We want to drink to the beautiful manifestation of our magic tonight. We want to drink to the health of everyone, the healthy movement through this difficult time to better times. We want to hold that vision in the light, and then we want to drink to it. So may our magic manifest for the highest good of all and with harm to none. Blessed be. Is that good? It's pretty good. Mm-hmm. Yes, we're tasting it for all of you. And it really doesn't matter. You could be drinking water. It's all good. Blessed be our ability to quench our thirst. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to libate a little bit on the earth. May she never thirst as well. Blessed be. Okay, so just going to check my little things to make sure I say all the right things. And I include everything while I held you captive over the YouTube channel. For these Sabbath celebrations, everything that we do for Gaia's Temple, because we sustain ourselves, we don't have any larger diocese paying for any of everything that happens in Gaia's Temple happens due to the donations from those who partake of its teachings and its offerings. So we typically ask $20, $25 for our Sabbath celebrations. And we sure would love if you would go to our Gaia's Temple website page, gaiastemple.org, press the donate button and donate as generously as you possibly can. We know that these are tough times for a lot of people. Nonprofits in particular have really taken the hit, and we are no exception. And so every little bit counts, every little bit helps, and we are grateful for everything that comes our way. Thank you so much in advance for donating and keeping Gaia's Temple going. We're going to be 12 years old in a couple of months, which kind of blows my little mind. But we certainly, clearly by virtue of the fact that we're still here 20 years later, we must be doing something right. A lot of that has to do with our beautiful community, and we're so grateful to you. So thank you in advance for your donations. The last thing that I want to say is, at the June service in Gaia's Temple each year, it's typically, the May service, we honor the mothers for Mother's Day. And even though Father's Day is on the third Sunday, not the second, we typically honor the fathers and the men at our June service. But this year, I'm just trying to do lots of new material. And so we honored Kuan Yin, not Kuan Yin, I'm sorry, Amaterasu. And we honored a sun goddess this year. And so I didn't really honor the men at our typical June service. So tomorrow at noon, I'm going to come on YouTube for a very short little while just to express our love and gratitude and offer all our beautiful men on Father's Day. So if you want to tune in tomorrow at noon, please do, and I'll see you then. And, all of the things that we do, we live stream them, but then they're up on our YouTube channel. So if you subscribe and you can look us up at any time, you can always catch up with something if you happen to miss it at the moment. So all you beautiful men out there, please join us so that I can give you all of our love and blessings from Gaia's Temple tomorrow at noon on Father's Day. All right. I think that's it. Is there anything, ladies, that I have not said or thought or done that you think is necessary? I'm getting the thumbs up. It's time to say thank you and good night. It's interesting. The sun hasn't set yet, of course, because it's the longest day, but it has set below the trees, and you can see the quality of the light has changed. Blessed solstice to you, my friends. I'm sending lots of love to you and many blessings and much, much gratitude. So we created our sacred space at the beginning. Now we're going to release the sacred space so we can come completely back out of the sacred and back into our mundane lives, but so much more enhanced and enriched for the experience that we've had together. So we're going to release the directions now. I'll start once again in the north. Spirits of the north, powers of earth. Oh, great Mother Earth. We are indeed following your way. When we stay in tune with nature and the seasons and the growing and the coming to fruition, the waxing and the waning phases, we are honoring you. We are honoring you in all of your glory and beautiful everything, how beautiful you are. And we are so grateful for all that you provide for us, our food, our shelter, our clothing, our delight in every way. Thank you, Great Mother, for keeping us grounded and strong and healthy. Thank you in advance for all the beautiful manifestation of our magic as we shine our light into the world. Go if you must, stay if you will. Within or without, we remain with you still. Blessed be. And to the spirits of the West, the powers of water, thank you for your blessed presence in our circle here tonight. The waters of life that ebb and flow, thank you for carrying us and buoying us, lifting us from the depths in our magic tonight. Thank you for keeping our hearts open and the love and compassion flowing, not only for ourselves, but for everyone in the entire world. That's how bright our light is that's shining. May our light reflect on your water in beauty. Go if you must, stay if you will. Within or without, we remain with you still. Blessed be. Spirits of the South and the powers of fire, thank you for your blessed presence in our circle here. And thank you, beautiful sun, for all the warmth and light and love that you give to us and that you bring to us. To the radiance and the protectiveness and the strength, active principle of the fire of the sun, we are so grateful. Thank you for modeling for us what it is to shine, and may we shine as brightly as you do. Go if you must, stay if you will. Within or without, we remain with you still. Blessed be. To draw that energy back into our body, lungs, and draw that energy in, and then ground it. Keep grounding the energy with the next couple of breaths, sending it all back down to the mother. Thank you so much for joining me in the unbroken. May the love of the goddess go in our hearts. Merry meet and merry part, and merry meet again. Blessed be, blessed be, blessed be. I'm going to come in real close now so I can turn this thing off. Thanks again, my friends. Many blessings to you. Stay healthy.